halves then?
This week we've gone with, great to have Tate back obviously, so he'll start at 9, and on the bench would be Kalani this week. Been really happy with how the 9s have been going, really growing, so it's great to have that depth. And Carter will start at 10, and Benny Bolivola will be on the bench.
Soft sore eyes, Tate, back in a red jersey, been a while.
Yeah. I've got to say, he had his 40 minutes last week with UQ. He was sharp and full of energy, but he's been very influential from the sidelines this year. His quality leadership, helping behind closed doors with Fraser and Harry and co. So he's been making an influence anyway. But yep, absolutely brilliant to have him back on the pitch with us.
Les, all these changes, all players coming back in. What's that mean for the team?
Yeah, so we've made a few changes. Hunter's got a slight little niggle in his leg. We were considering Zachy Henry to come back into 12, but he's also got a slight little niggle. So we've put our ever Mr. Versatile Filippo into 12 with Fluky. We'll also have another start, for Trayvon. He'll go into the wing, and Lockie Anderson will cover from the bench.
It's not a bad scenario having at least 5 Wallabies back in.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's one thing that these guys, right through the squad, I think we've grown our depth of strength right across and broadened it. Wallabies are not, the young guys go at them and they're testing them every day, but yeah, certainly great to have the experience there. When you have someone as young as Trayvon and Vice off the bench, having that experience around them is fantastic. I've always believed in putting young guys who are good enough to get out there and play, as long as you've got the good experience around them.
What does Tate bring back into the team?
Well, a form of leadership. Even though he's not the captain, his leadership would be strong. The way that he can help Fraser with communications with the referee for one. Also that settled head. That type of guy who can just settle the team at the right time. And and I haven't even mentioned what he does at the base of the ruck. First defender, second defender, third defender off the ruck. They have to keep an eye on him, and that opens up a bit more space for us.
Those come in now at a pretty crucial time where facing, I suppose, a must-win game, but also an emotional game, and that'll be the last time you guys play Pacifica. Yeah,
I think that's been mentioned a couple of times within the group. A lot of respect for Tana and Miracle, the captain. What they've had to go through recently must be tough. So we don't take that lightly. We go over there, to show the best respect that we can, is to put our best performance out there that we can. So, whilst we feel for them, we must get out there and play. They're a dynamic team. They play some wonderful football. So we just need to be on point against this team and show them our best.
And I suppose with that, despite the fact that they're on the bottom of the ladder, when you're playing for families and for the future, that's going to bring a hell of a scenario to come up against.
Absolutely. And you can't underestimate that. So making sure that we're very tidy with our game, not offering them, the type of game that they'd like to play. We just need to be disciplined, focused. We need to make sure we make the most of the opportunities when we get down near the try line. We need to be clinical as we can. Not perfect, but clinical, and try and take that out of them. But they will have a lot to play for, that's for sure.
But is it a challenging scenario for the Reds, considering that Tate is coming back in for his first game
and
in
Josh.
quite a while, and I suppose with the combinations there between scrum half, fly half, outsides?
Yeah, well, I like to. Well, I'd not like to think. I think we do a great job of throwing guys into our training cycle, and the combinations of build. It's something I think many guys can move into different positions and really perform. So Tate's been on the ground with us for at least 3 weeks now, in and out of that 9 position, working with all the 10s, with all the number 8s. So I've got no qualms about that. I think we'll be fine.
Luke is not a 3 times dad now yet.
Yeah.
What's happening with them?
Yeah. Look, those things are just important family, personal things. That we were just making sure we didn't have to fly that long distance last week. He's been named, and we're hopeful that there's some movement soon on that area. But as always, family does come first, and we'll adapt if we have to, if the baby doesn't come.
About like Josh is a big in, isn't he? Like your line out, sort of the wheels kind of fell off there on the weekend. Like, how much have you missed?
Oh, we've missed Josh for sure throughout the year, but you know, I'm trying to see the glass half full all the time. The growth from Joe Bryle as a caller, we've always had Luke Hahn as a backup there as well, but the growth of Joe Bryle in his game, in the calling role, he'll only be better for that. So, you know, the boys have worked hard to try and make sure we get in front of those issues. It has been a little bit challenging, but not for want of effort, and you know, putting their head down and trying to make it better. And Josh comes in, and you know, that extra height does help for sure. So we'll see where that takes us.
He's a bit underrated. He's like, he can be, in terms of value to a team, like he could be as valuable as anyone going around. Josh, if he has a night out.
Yeah. You know, this is an important 40 minutes for him, or probably hopefully 40, 50, 60. See how he goes. He has a massive influence. He's very athletic. You know, gives you good go forward, skillful, and he's got a good engine on him, and that's important. So yeah, we're looking forward to welcoming him back as well.
Can you sort of spell out how motivated you are and the team? Because basically, your tenure here, you could basically on one hand now the games you got left, just to make sure you walk away satisfied, or that you've done what you want to do here.
Yeah,
it's all there for you still.
Yeah, there's a lot still on the plate, isn't there, for a lot of clubs. We're just focusing week by week. You know, those things look after itself down the line. You know, I'm very focused, as is a couple other coaches that won't be here. We've just said total focus on this job, and I'm really pleased with how that's all going. You know, there's a job to do this weekend, and that's what we're focused on.
One more.
Yes.
I don't know if you saw Jojo with Fafita speaking earlier in the week about his Maroon selection. He said his old man actually convinced him to play league over rugby. You ever had a chance to have a word about that? Or?
No, it's brilliant, that, isn't it? So, yeah, I'm looking forward to Origin. Don't worry about that. There's a few local bets in the locker room going on at the moment. So myself and Tatey won that bet last year, so we're hopeful again. But that's great news for a young man. Yeah.
Do you know? Have you seen much of him play?
I've seen some a little bit, yeah. But it's great, you know, that he's got his opportunity to go there. You know, that's what Australian sport offers. There's so many opportunities in different sports to do that. So fantastic for him, and you know, maybe he'll do the right thing for that jersey. Yeah.
He did say that he was, you know, he hasn't shut the door on the return. I don't know, like in your new role.
Yeah.
Do you think there's?
Oh, I think we'll always keep an eye on those things. Our commitment is to the people who are on the ground.
Do you think? Can you do it better, rugby, just to keep tabs on and not just the guys in the system, but even the schoolboys, to make sure that?
Yeah, I can speak from my small opportunities with RA that we are. I mean, it's just not as big and loud as other codes talk. We are keeping a close eye on everyone on the ground, that's for sure.